Good morning and welcome to part 18 of Orot HaTeshuva of Rav Avram Yitzchak HaKohen Cook. Our learning is dedicated to the Refuah Shlema of Shimona Bas Daniela. To begin this morning, beyond the introduction, the actual sefer of Orot HaTeshuva, Rav Cook introduces the Orot HaTeshuva with a very famous idea. Zeh kama ani nilcham milchama pnimit. I've been fighting this inner struggle for a long time. Veruach chazaka dochefet oti ledaber al davar HaTeshuva. There is a strong wind which forces me to speak about tshuva. Chol rayonatai rak ba hem merukazim. All of my thoughts, all of my emotions are focused on this one thought. HaTeshuva hi tofeset dachelak hayoter gadol b'torah v'chayim aleh b'nuyot kol tikvot ha'ishiyot v'tzibiriyot. Tshuva is the foundation of everything in life, of Torah, of life. It is upon that foundation, upon all of man's hopes, man's dreams, aspirations, both as an individual and as a tzibor, as a congregation. Hi mitzvahs Hashem, hi mitzad echad, kala shebekalot, sharei hiro tshuva, hi kvar tshuva. It is the easiest mitzvah in the world because all you have to do is think about tshuva for a moment and you begin the process. Mitzad echad, harei hi kasha shebekashot. But it is at the same time the most difficult of all mitzvahs. Nobody has adequately fulfilled the mitzvah of tshuva yet in lifetime in the history of mankind. And so Rav Kook is expressing this idea that I feel compelled. I have to talk about this. It is the essence of our being. It is the essence of what drives us, that Ratzon Hashem we've been speaking about. It is the cornerstone of the human experience, both as an individual, as a tzibor, as a congregation. And it is, on the one hand, the easiest mitzvah in the world, but it is the hardest mitzvah in the world. It's the easiest because all you have to do is think about tshuva for a second, and that is tshuva. Yesh kol olam b'sha'achas. There are people who spend a whole life in sin and vice, and suddenly think about tshuva in their lives, suddenly flip, and now they're on top of the world. On the other hand, it is a ladder that we climb every single day, and nobody can climb the ladder to the top. It's impossible to reach the peak. If you think about the peak of what it means to be a Rabbi Akiva, to be a Moshe Rabbeinu, we'll never reach that level. So it's the easiest mitzvah in the world. It's the hardest mitzvah in the world. It's the easiest thing in the world to change. It's the hardest thing in the world to change. I find myself always thinking about tshuva. Not just during the Aseret Mei Tshuva, not just during the month of Elul. We speak about this in the prophets, in the Chazal. Tshuva is all over history of the Jewish people. It is the Otzar Chaim Nifla, the Otzar Tshuva. It is a treasury of life, a treasury that is wondrous. And truth is that even though I don't dare speak about Tshuva, he says, because who am I to start to jump into an area that so many Gedolim, so many great leaders have tried before? Who am I? Who dare I try to stand among them? But despite the weakness, despite the inadequacy that I may feel, I am not allowed to refrain from engaging in this effort. In the Ramchal's Sefer, Derech Hashem, in the Chelik Dalet, he points out that Hine Talmud Torah hu inyan muchrach. Talmud Torah is something that we must engage in. Because if we don't, then we have nothing. However, how dare I do it? How dare I be the one to engage in this idea? This struggle is what Rav Kook deals with when it comes to tshuva. It's something we have to, it's something our heart and our mind tells us we have to engage in, and yet who are we? Who are we to even try? And this dialectic, I think, is what we experience as we try to change our lives. On the one hand, we have no choice. Someone who lo aleinu is sick, and they have a diagnosis, and they have to go and deal with treatment and surgeries and all kinds of other reasons. Their whole life is upside down now. They have to now have an entire schedule which revolves around medicine, it revolves around doctors, it revolves around getting trips to the hospital, trips to the doctor. It's a terrible new reality, but how dare they even engage in it? On the other hand, how can they not? Lahavdil, when it comes to holy things. Tshuva is upon us. How dare we not engage in it? How could we not engage in it? And who are we that we have the audacity to do so? And if you have that balance, then maybe you have the humility and the drive to become a better person tomorrow.